Jamsin Entertainment.
How's it going, YouTube? Prep work for Captain America Civil War, The Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton and Liv Tyler, and William Hurt.
Spoiler alert! You've been warned.
This is not a sequel to The Hulk, which starred Eric Bana. This is like a reboot that shortly came out afterwards. I didn't see The Hulk. I've only seen The Incredible Hulk. I've been told that The Hulk is garbage. I normally form my own opinion, but I'm with that many people telling me it's garbage. A lot of people told me garbage. The Incredible Hulk is good. Not the greatest superhero movie, but it's good. It starts out, opening credits show you how he becomes the Hulk, how he does the experiment on himself, and he hulks out for the first time when he escapes, and it leads to, I don't know, year or 2 years later, and he's in Brazil. And he's trying to get control of his anger, because that's what makes him Hulk out. Anger. And he's learning from, they don't give a name in the movie, but it's Rickson Gracie. He is a jiu-jitsu teacher in Brazil, and that's kind of cool because I learned Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and the Gracie family took jiu-jitsu, which is a Japanese grappling style, learned it, and they came over back to Brazil, and they figured out how to do jiu-jitsu without a gi. That's the karate outfit. They do it without the gi. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and it's really cool that they bring him in there to help the Hulk learn how to calm himself with breathing techniques and keep himself under control. So that little bit is really cool. He works at a bottling factory. I can't remember what he does exactly, but he somehow gets cut, and some of his blood goes into one of the bottles, which is a green soda. Haha. This movie's filled with puns like that. And Stan Lee's cameo is him drinking the blood, and he had like small gamma radiation because of it. And it's a bad thing that happened. Not only that his character got sick from it, but Bruce Banner has been trying to fly under the radar, and he's been doing a successful job of that from the United States Army. Because William Hurt's character, who plays a general, as far as he's concerned, Bruce Banner's body is property of the United States for studying and reproducing the serum and all that stuff. But Bruce Banner doesn't want that. He wants to find a cure. So he's trying to find a cure the entire time. With someone he's been talking to under the radar on the, I guess the deep web. His code name is Mr. Green, and the person he's talking to is Mr. Blue. So one night on his way home from work, he gets stopped by muggers. And in his very poor Portuguese, he unfortunately says, well, jokingly says, "You won't like me when I'm hungry. I'm very dangerous when I'm hungry." And the guy's confused, obviously, because why are you dangerous when you're hungry? And while that's going on, there's a squad that's come to take down Banner. Well, take him down, bring him in, you know. And the lead, I forgot an actor, is Tim Roth. He's the real big bad guy in this. They go to the factory to take him and extract him from Brazil so he can be taken for studies and stuff like that. And while Banner's being bullied, he hulks out. And it's a reoccurring theme in all these Marvel movies, well, superhero movies in general. When they introduce the superhero, they kind of do a monster effect. Now, grant you, the Hulk is a monster, but they've done it with they did it with Iron Man when he had his first suit when he was in the cave. It's a Frankenstein moment for Steve Rogers when he becomes Captain America. Let's see, Thor. Actually, no, they didn't really do it for Thor, did they? But I mean, other superhero movies have done it. Batman, obviously, because he's Batman. He's gonna come out of the shadows, and he looks like a giant bat, so he's a monster. But it's kind of funny how they take that, because it shows like there's more to the monster than there is, and that's great, and they show that in this movie. So he hulks out, and Tim Roth is on what he thinks is a bogey. He has no idea that it's Bruce Banner. He chases after it, and the Hulk picks up a forklift and tosses it at Tim Roth's character like it's nothing. And he's like, what? The Hulk gets away, and Roth's character. I'm sorry, keep on forgetting these guys' name. I'm just gonna call him Tim. I'm just gonna call him Roth. It's some Russian name. He has a weird backstory. He goes to William Hurt's character and he says, "You gotta let me know next time what I'm getting into, because this thing picked up a forklift and threw it at me like it was a golf ball." And I would have the same reaction, ticked off, if I went into a mission like that and I had to confront a monster instead of some puny human. Someone that obviously this character could have taken down. So William Hurt's character is like, well, we have some of the stuff that's made the first superhero. We can inject you with a little bit of it. And they do. And he becomes stronger, faster. And the next time they run into him, he's, well, I'm getting a little ahead. Banner, on his quest for the cure, realizes that Brazil is no longer safe. So he has to go back to America. So back in America, he bumps into his ex-girlfriend or fiance, played by Liv Tyler, who you know was part of the experiment that he was lead of in the opening credits. They explain that, but she's moved on because she figured, well, he left, so I'm gonna move on. She's engaged, boyfriend, I can't remember, because he's a forgettable character. He even helps her help Banner escape by standing up to the general. Yeah, like I said, this movie's good. It's not great, nowhere near awesome, and the fight scenes are kind of exciting. He escapes to a university. Yeah. And the general finds him there and attacks him, and Tim Roth's character's all bulked up, and he takes the Hulk head on. And he's just kind of staring. I was like, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got?" And the Hulk just kind of stomps on him. That part's really funny. And you presume him dead, but they cut to a shot where he's in the hospital. He's alive, but he's completely and utterly mangled, useless. But because of the serum, scenes later, you see that he's completely and utterly healed, and he wants more serum. And the general is happy to oblige because he wants Banner. So he gets more, and you see this kind of mutation on his back where his spine is growing into like spikes or whatever. And he goes another mission that doesn't go so well. And then Liv Tyler and Edward Norton, they meet up again to meet up with Mr. Blue, who secretly is a mad scientist because Banner has been sending him blood samples. And he's been taking those blood samples and trying to reproduce them, using them on animals and stuff. He's been helping Banner, but he's also doing his own secret scheme that Banner would not approve of, and he doesn't. But he's also found what may be a cure. So he gets on the examining table. They need to induce an episode, hulking out. And they do. And he injects him with the serum, and he does go back into human form. So it's doesn't cure him, but it stops episodes. So it's a step in the right direction. But Tim Roth's character interrupts that by crashing it, and the Hulk, well, Banner and Tyler's character escape. Tim Roth's like, where'd they go? I was like, I don't know, but you've been working on this stuff. I can tell you have. I want more. And he says, okay. And he threatens to kill him, even though he's willing to do it. Like I said, I never said I wasn't willing. I just need your consent. Obviously, he gets his consent. You're being choked, being pressed against the ceiling, and I give my consent too. I mean, hey, it's your body. Do what you want with it. And that leads to Roth's character becoming the Abomination. Outside, Banner and Liv Tyler get picked up by the government. And they're being taken away somewhere. Because Banner refuses to fight. He doesn't want to Hulk out. He doesn't want to harm anyone. So, okay, he gets captured. But Roth's character fully becomes the Abomination. He starts wreaking havoc in New York. Now, that's where this... that's where it's been happening. It's been happening in New York. Wreaking havoc in New York. And Bruce is like, I'm the only thing that can stop him. And they're like, no, you're a mindless beast when you become the Hulk. You can't possibly do it. It's like, I don't know if I can control it, but maybe I can aim it. And this is where you start seeing Bruce Banner and the Hulk slowly merging. And they show that more in Avengers and Age of Ultron, where Bruce Banner and the Hulk become one mind, or the Hulk becomes more of a sentient instead of a mindless beast. He can actually think and have feelings and stuff like that. It looks like they're going the Banner Hulk route so far, based on the ending of Ultron, but I'm not entirely sure. I know in the comics that the Hulk becomes his own personality, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. His own personality, his own thinking being, separate from Banner. Not necessarily a genius, but he's not an idiot either. So there's this huge epic battle in the middle of Harlem. Yeah, that's where it actually is. Because there's a joke in Avengers where he says, I kind of broke Harlem last time I was in it. So, epic fight. And for some reason, he doesn't kill the Abomination. And Abomination, they never say what happens to it because there's never a sequel to it. I don't know. That's part of the reason, I just thought of this, part of the reason why in the trailer for Civil War, you see William Hurt. But he's no longer a general. Maybe he's a senator or a representative, some kind of delegate, some kind of politician, bureaucrat, something. Hopefully it's the same character. It'd be kind of dumb to get the same actor in different character. No, so maybe that's the route they're going to take. Maybe there's going to be something, I don't know. It's Civil War. It's supposed to be Iron Man versus Captain America and regulations versus freedom. That's the core story of Civil War. And I don't know. Will they bring the Abomination out? Probably not. Their biggest surprise was Spider-Man, and they put that in there too soon. They put Spider-Man in the trailer. I would have preferred him in the movie. You already see my reaction to that. I should have talked about it entirely. I should realize that there's no real spoiling in a trailer because you can just go watch it. You don't have to wait for it. But yeah, I would rather have seen Spider-Man in Civil War instead of a trailer. They could have saved that. Which I can make a video about trailers, like a short video, which I probably will do. So, Incredible Hulk, good movie. Not the greatest, but I enjoy it once in a while. And it's all leading up to Civil War. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button.
Live your imagination.